enough.
Well, you drove out there into the middle of nowhere and had some sort of loud verbal display challenging E.T. in general out in the middle of nowhere?
That's what I was doing. I actually had a pistol in my hand at the time. I was really ticked off. When I was having this fit, I was waving the gun in the air, okay, and I had this fit. And at this moment, I said, okay.
He was a Louisiana man named Montaldo. Folks around called him Six Gun Joe. Worked with ICAR, don't you know? Investigating UFOs. Out for a drive with a gal one night, they stopped to check out the reporting site. When an alien lit right there on the ground, he commenced to throwing his weight around. Now, old Six Gun didn't take too kindly to that kind of thing, especially without Vaseline or anything like that, Seriously. Well, Six Gun looked that critter right in the eye and said, "Any last wish before you die?" Yo, reached for his gun, quick as a twitch, and said, "Fill your claw, you son of a bitch." Now a legend spread across the land about this pistol-waving man. But if you're from space or from Earth below, you don't give no lip to Six Gun Joe.
Welcome to the Outer Realm with Michelle DeRoche and Amelia Pisano. Airing live on the United Public Radio Network, 105.3 FM in New Orleans.
Hey everybody, good evening. Welcome to tonight's edition of Into the Night with me, your host, Kelly. The beautiful, definitely having some serious Wi-Fi internet problems tonight. So if I go in and out, I'm really sorry, and I truly, from the bottom of my heart, apologize for that. I want to thank 3 New Orleans, 107.7, New Orleans, 105.3 Mississippi. Hey, Donna, Kurt, and Sally, good to see you. Like I said, please excuse, I'm really having problems with the internet tonight. So I told everybody out there, okay, I did go see my surgeon today, right? And I have stage 1 cancer. I do. And this Monday, October 20th, I am going to be operated on. I'll be able to do next Sunday. I will be able to do next Sunday show, but that will be the show for about 4 weeks to 6 weeks. So what we're going to probably do, is that we're just going to put on, repeats for my Sunday night shows and Tuesday night shows. And I'm sure we'll go back into the archives and pick up some good ones. Hey, Joni, good to see you, hon. So, that's as long as they're telling me that I am going to be with, just to recover from the operation for cancer. But tonight I have a really neat guest. Hey, Michelle, good to see you, sweetie. I have a really neat, I have a cool guest. Good. Okay, so I had when I had the dude from the Dudas Farm, Roy White, on, he told me about this guy and his group. Okay. And so what I did was I asked him that night through a message. I said, listen, is it possible if you'd like to come on my show next Tuesday? And he said, sure, not a problem. Not a problem. Thank you, Donna. And so let me tell you about him. His name is Matthew Tucker. Okay. And he is like the boss of the Seekers Unlimited. It is your one-stop for everything, for all things haunted and paranormal. Here you'll find haunted attraction reviews, paranormal tours, haunt tours, year-round merchandise, and a shop with all kinds of spooky goods. We also design websites for businesses in the haunt industry. It was established in 2017. Haunt Seekers officially began. Hold on. My phone is crazy. Hold on. There we go. Haunt Seekers officially began in October of 2018 as a concept driven by owner and founder Matthew Tucker and his Ed Tucker, who set out to explore haunts during 2017 season. Initially, as a small venture, by October 2019, Haunt Seekers transformed into a full-fledged traveling operation, visiting 80 haunts across various states, including Connecticut, Tennessee, Alabama, New York, Kentucky, and Georgia. The 2019 season laid the groundwork for even greater things ahead, leading to the establishment of Haunt Seekers headquarters in 2020 in partnership with Short Mountain Distillery, with the addition of locations in Tennessee and San Antonio, Texas. Haunt Seekers has set high standards for haunt reviews, tools, and paranormal investigating, treating customers as if they're on a real paranormal TV show. We continue to evolve as a reputable brand attraction niche, collaborating with businesses of all sizes and planning exciting developments for upcoming seasons. I'm telling you, that was a mouthful, but I'm really, really excited about this with them having them being on the show. Hey, Holly, Cindy, good to see you. And without further ado, my guest tonight, Mr. Matthew Tucker. Hey, Matt.
Hey.
Hi, Matthew.
How you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Good. How are you doing today? John, yeah, I can hear you good now. Yes. John Strawdog. Hello, good to see you. What's going on? Tell me all about it, Matt.
Well, this season is very overwhelming. We have events all over the place lined up. We have Tennessee, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Virginia, North Carolina. We just recently opened up our very own Paranormal Ghost Tour in Cookeville, Tennessee, and we just did 2 of our new investigations down in the new cave. And this is an actual cave that we can take customers down into, and they can do an investigation inside of it. So it's pretty cool.
And I was reading the little thing about the group, and you said this started in 2017. What actually? Oh, by the way, your friend Ryan Brackett, he says hello.
Hey.
So back in 2017, Okay, was it you or your dad's idea? What?
So initially, it was my dad's idea. It was going to be called Thrill Seekers of Tennessee instead of Haunt Seekers. And my dad started off with just a Facebook page, and I was going to help him go to different places like cemeteries, just different haunted places to explore, to abandon. My dad didn't follow through with it. So I want to do something because I actually just got out of being a scare actor for 4 years in Tennessee at a local screen park called Deadland Screen Park, where I did that for 4 years. And I don't know, I just want to do something, I guess you can say better yourself, I guess, to set yourself apart from everybody else in the industry, which I think I did. So I came up with Haunt Seekers of Tennessee in 2017.
That is like that's pretty cool. I'm glad that you got something.
Yeah.
Brian, oh, thank you, Joni. I know, but don't worry, I'll be okay. But Ryan says he's a great character, and we all love what he does. He does amazing work. Hey, Kevin, good to see you. So I mean, I'm hearing it from your Fred Ryan here. So what do you actually do? I mean, what does you guys like Haunted Seekers Unlimited do? Do you just go? Do people call you in order to set up some kind of like haunted house?
So in previous years, like I said, when we started in 2017, it was very small. It was a concept. We didn't have really any connections or anything going for us. 2019 is when it really just blew up to the top. All I did was put a post up about it, saying it was going to be at a few haunts, promoting. Next thing I know, we have about 50 haunted attractions in our inbox want to know how to partner with us. And I took that as this might go somewhere. So I kind of started reaching out to them. We had about 50 haunts in 2019 in the state of Tennessee that my team and I went to. Plus, we had reviewers go all the way up to Connecticut, New York, New Jersey. And me being as young as I was then, I'm still young now, but I wasn't expecting that for 2019. That was a pretty big deal for me, It was very overwhelming, I will tell you that.
Right.
Was definitely a year to be remembered.
Hey, that girl, good to see you. Michelle, good to see you. Okay, so do you say like, do you charge people to do this for you, or you do for them? And you don't have to tell me nothing. Okay, I'm being honest with you. You don't. But to me, traveling around all the states and setting all these things up.
Right. Well, Haunt Seekers is a limited liability company. We do charge for everything we do. Like the shirts we have on the website, you can buy those. They'll be shipped right to you. If you want a website built as a haunt, we charge you for that. The Paranormal Tours in Tennessee, we charge you for that. We have different various ways we make money to keep the company going year round to do what we do. And we're constantly at it, hustling year round. It's never stopping project. It's always going.
That'd be crazy, man. That'd be like a little too much work. I mean, I started in the paranormal field back in 2006. And at one point in time, we were doing 2-3 investigations like in a week, and that went on for a long time. But I'm like 63 years old. I'm old, and I need to retire. And so I retired and started doing podcasts. And so here I am now.
It's
Matt. Go ahead. Hi, Heidi.
Some of our biggest things this year we're working on is, of course, the haunt tours, which we started 3 years ago. And basically, I always have to tell people that the haunt tour is not like a traditional haunted house review. It's more of like a way to spotlight the haunted attractions and get them out there and promote them.
Okay, that's a good idea.
So we go in and we set up a 20-foot booth with a table. They can walk into the shop. They can purchase T-shirts. They can talk to us about how we run the company. We have photo ops that can come and take pictures with us or take pictures with their own group. It's kind of something that we're trying to capitalize on this year with the Haunt Tour. And then Paranormal Tours in Tennessee, which is the banner in the background you guys see behind me. That's actually our biggest partnership in Tennessee, which is Mountain Mayhem Haunted Core Maze. And they've given us an entire cave to do these tours at.
That is awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's a really cool deal. We did a few tours the other night. It was pretty cool. They was pretty scared too.
Okay, my friend Joni McGillick wants to know if you have a website or a Facebook page.
We do. It's Haunt Seekers Unlimited on Facebook, and on the website it's www.hauntseekers.com. Very short and simple, to the point.
That's the way it should be, dude. Straight and right to the point. Heidi, it's so good to see you. Don't worry about being late, Heidi. You know the deal on that. So that is, in fact, Joni, I'll put it up or I'll send a message to you where it could be located. I don't know. How did you get a hold of Mr. White?
Roy White, the owner of Dudas.
Yeah, Roy. Yeah.
So we was doing some reviews back, I think it was last year, I believe. There's so much that's happened in the last 2 years. Rory actually reached out to us on the Haunt Seekers Facebook page, wanting us to come out and do a review, and it was me that looked at the message, and I said, absolutely, we'll come out and do a review. And ever since then, it's been an ongoing partnership. We go out there and help them. We do videos. We promote. We put them on our banner. We've done all kinds of stuff for that guy. I mean, we just love them out there and do this on our farm. They've been so good to us. No core maze can you go into that takes you 2 hours to get out of that core maze. It took us 2 hours to get out of that core maze.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well,
hey,
you
man,
know what? Like for me, what's that, bud? What was
like,
that?
hey, man, get a walkie-talkie so we can get out of here.
Well, hey, like I he says that the average is two hours in his in his maze. I'll be honest with you, man. I'd be in there 4 or 5 hours. You know what I mean? Because I get real claustrophobic.
Right.
Oh, okay. Do you know a John Straw Dog one? He said, I got involved in haunted graveyard tours in New Hampshire in 2018. That led to research and experiencing the paranormal. And he says, Matthew, have you been able to document the haunts?
We also have so much on our schedule year round. I don't have time to stick around to do further investigations because after that hunt, it's on to the next project, and we're just always involving and going to different places. It's always something when I wake up. I barely get sleep. I mean, I literally have a monster right here that keeps me going through the season. I'm sure you guys know how that is. You have to keep it on you during season.
Yes. Oh, Lord, do I know. Iced tea, anything caffeine. Yes. And so absolutely. I need my caffeine and my cigarettes at the time, you know. But Kevin says, interesting topic, Sean. What's it say? It says, tonight my guest will be Matthew Tucker of the Haunted Seekers Unlimited. So I tell you what, my people here are a bunch of good people, man. They're good followers and everything like that. But I don't know. It's really nice to see someone like you that really is taking an interest in getting the word out about these haunts that you do. Okay. Because not too many, to be honest with you, the haunted haunts are really going downhill as long with paranormal investigating. Have you seen that?
Yeah, in recent years, haunts have really changed. We like I said, we try to we tell it to all haunts. Like it could be hidden gems, it could be scream parks, it could be traditional haunts, family haunts. We show no favoritism towards any type of business. If you want to be promoted by Haunt Seekers, we're more than happy to come in and help you out. whatever you want. We're always there, to help them.
What was your most favorite place that you ever been to help out?
My favorite place is no longer in business. It was located in Antioch, Tennessee. And the name of that haunted attraction was called Haunted Hill Nashville. And they were such good people to us. They've always helped us. The haunt itself was set up in an old bowling alley. It was just an amazing haunt. They had great scenes in there, great actors. Always went up and beyond to scare the heck out of us. Just all around a great business to work with. They even one time they played a Haunt Seeker video on the tripod on top of the building. They had like a tripod screen set up, and we pulled up and Haunt Seeker's theme song, and I was like, pretty cool, So yeah.
That's good. That's good to hear. What place would you like to go to that you haven't gone yet that is like on your number one bucket list?
I would have to say the 17th Door in California. It's a very extreme haunt. They're allowed to touch you, and they put you through different type of scenarios where they shock you and stuff like that. I'm the type of guy, I like a hands-on haunt. I love traditional family haunts, but the hands-on haunts are more fun. I don't know. There's just like a different scare factor to it. Like we went to a haunt in Athens, Tennessee called the Scream Chamber, and they're hands-on haunt. They touch you. They tore me and my team apart. They had one of my guys in a coffin. They locked him up, and they put chainsaws on him. They put me into a closet, locked me in there with another guy, and all sorts of stuff was happening in that haunt that I just loved. And they put you in the back of a hearse inside a casket and lock you into it and drive you around. So it's like you're being buried. So that was pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So what makes you like the hands-on haunts?
Again, it's just a scare factor.
Because up here in Pittsburgh, where
that was in Athens, Tennessee.
You get your ass knocked out up here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you definitely will.
Okay.
For sure.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know. I know up here, we have some really good scary ones, really seriously scary ones, but you're not allowed to touch them, man. I worked in a few haunted houses when I was younger, about your age, man, and they didn't even touch the people, man. They just jump out and scare their ass and they get hit. You know what I mean? It's just like,
It's changed.
I was like,
haunts today.
John Straw Dog 1 is a new subscriber to this channel. Well, welcome, John. Yeah, CL. I forgot to tell you about CL. She's going to have a rerun on tonight. She is away with her work. So again, like I keep telling everybody, after my show, go over and check out her podcast, and give her the love that she deserves. I don't know, but listen, I am at the bottom of the hour. Okay. And so what I do is I run a couple commercials, 2 or 3, and then we'll come back and we'll do the second part of the show. How's that sound?
Sounds like a plan.
All right. So everybody, we're coming on to the break, and since Heidi is in the room, I will play Six Gun Joe for her, and we'll go to another song. But hold on, everybody. I'll be right back. And so will Mr. Tucker.
I had enough.
Well, you drove out there into the middle of nowhere and had some sort of loud verbal display challenging ET in general out in the middle of nowhere?
That's what I was doing. I actually had a pistol in my hand at the time. I was really ticked off. When I was having this fit, I was waving the gun in the air, okay, and I had this fit. And at this moment, I said, okay.
He was a Louisiana man named Montaldo. Folks around called him Six Gun Joe. Works with ICAR, don't you know? Investigating UFOs. Out for a drive with a gal one night, they stopped to check out the reporting site. When an alien lit right there on the ground, he commenced to throwing his weight around. Now, old Six Gun didn't take too kindly to that kind of thing, especially without Vaseline or anything like that, Seriously. Well, Six Gun looked that critter right in the eye and said, "Any last wish before you die?" Yo, reached for his gun, quick as a twitch, and said, "Fill your claw, you son of a bitch." Now a legend spread across the land about this pistol-waving man. But if you're from space or from Earth below, you don't give no lip to Six Gun Joe.
The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation.
Look, one more. Hey, welcome back, everybody, to the second part of Into the Night with me, your host, Sean Kelly, along with my guest tonight, Mr. Matthew Tucker. I want to thank you, PRN Talk Radio, 105.3 Mississippi, 107.7 New Orleans. I'm going to thank you, PRN, for allowing me to give you, thank you, Heidi. Hey, Mark, Eddie, you're in the house. That's good. I want to thank you, PRN, for allowing me to give you 1 hour on Sunday nights and on Tuesday nights from 8:10 to 9:10 p.m. Don't forget, Miss C.L. Thomas and Gateway Podcast. She's not having a live show tonight, but she's putting on one of her recordings, so after mine, just go over and give her some love, and you can watch. Now, like I was talking about at the beginning of the show, I promised I would keep you updated on my medical health. And so today I had a talk with the surgeon, okay? And I do have stage 1 cancer, and it's on my lungs. I'm getting operated on the 20th of October, and I'm going to be gone for about 4 to 6 weeks, okay, until I can get my strength back. So, believe it or not, I'm pumped up for it, because just to get this crap out of the way, you know what I mean? But, so that's what's going on with me. So you'll know where I'll be, okay? I'll be thinking about everyone. They will put reruns of my shows on. I think Michelle will do that. And so, I don't know, just keep sending the love, keep sending the light and all that good stuff, and we can go from there. So, Matthew, this is my guest, Mr. Matthew Tucker, and of Haunted Seekers Unlimited. So tell me, and what I'd like to get into a little bit is what is your gut feeling on the paranormal shows they have out on TV?
I honestly think they're staged. That's just my opinion. when I do my investigations, we try not
Okay.
to add anything staged into it. It's 100% real. If we do catch something, the odds are it's going to be real. Like we was in the cave the other night.
Okay.
We was picking up some different energies in the cave because back in the day they did make moonshine in that cave, so something had to happen on that property. Someone died on that property.
hmm
We have found Indian arrowheads. We have heard a story that we're not going to use because we think it's going to be bad luck. But there's a medallion somewhere buried on the
Okay.
property. Somebody dug up back in the day, and it was bad luck, and anybody who touched it died, is the story that we got. So it was
Oh,
buried
really?
again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was buried again, and we don't know where it's at. So me and my team are not going to go looking for that. But it actually is haunted out there, so
Okay.
that's a good thing.
That's good. So there's a lot of people. If you want my opinion, I think it's staged myself. I've been in the business.
Yeah.
Well, I formed my group in 2006, and I mean everybody followed them, all the like taps and stuff like that, and I just couldn't do it, man, because it wasn't real. When I investigated, it was all real. And then here's what gets me mad about it too sometimes, is that people will put a sound up on some kind of sign or some kind of program in order to get some kind of voice out of it. You know what I mean? And to me, I don't accept it, anything like that whenever someone tries to manipulate what they caught. How's your feeling with that?
My feeling on that,
Does it have to be raw?
you can't fake it. I mean, obviously you can't fake it. I mean, if you see it, you see it. Like I told them some of my groups the other night, are you a skeptic? They tell me, yes, I'm a skeptic. But I'm like, once you see the real thing, you can't go back from that. You can't unsee it. Because I've seen things
Right.
at Shore Mountain Distillery that would make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. And I was there by myself some nights at 3 o'clock in the morning seeing this stuff by myself. So once you
Right.
finally see the stuff, it's real. I mean, I was into this when I was a kid anyway, so I knew it was out there.
Right.
I've seen things way back before I started Hunt Seekers that get me into this type of stuff that I'm doing now. So it's something that's definitely out there. I mean, you can't fake doing it just by doing a TV show and editing some eyes in the background or something like that.
It's ridiculous. Totally.
Yeah, I try to keep my company away from all that commercial stuff. I want to make
That's
it
a
as real.
good move.
Yeah,
Which is really good because there's a lot of paranormal groups that want to go on TV, and I usually tell them, I said, write a book.
yeah.
What's that? Write a book. It's what I tell people. Write a book, and then maybe you'll get on TV. Thank you, John. Okay. So this my channel, not so much that we talk about paranormal and haunted attractions, but we also talk about a Bigfoot. Okay. Have you ever experienced a Bigfoot while you were setting up your mazes?
So when I was at Shore Mountain
You
Distillery,
can say it, man. It's all good.
a few nights I was at Shore Mountain Distillery, me and my guys
What's
were
that?
working out there with some cameras and some wires to get the office wired up and whatnot. Something came to the back of the building and started hitting the back of it as hard as it could. And the owner of the property told me that they have seen a 7-foot thing out there of yellow eyes that they think is Bigfoot. That's what they told me.
Yep.
And if you look into Google, you search Shore Mountain Distillery, they have what they call the Mountain Man, and it's like an old tale that's in Woodbury, Tennessee, and it goes along with the tales of the ghost that haunts that area as well. There's a lot of stories floating around out there, and I've seen and I've heard so much different things. especially about Bigfoot out
Okay.
there. I will tell you personally, I do believe in Bigfoot. The reason why I
Okay,
do
good.
believe
Okay.
is because something hit my office. It wasn't a man. It was something bigger than a man that was shaking my office. You know, something did it, you know.
Have you set out trail cams?
We only had 2 office cameras. We had one on top of the office and we had one at the bottom so I could keep track of people going in and out. But we never actually caught whoever it was on camera. But my dad sent me something back in 2022. It was snowing outside. He sent me a picture of footprints in the snow. And I kid you not, that was no man footprint. That was something else. That was definitely something along the lines of Bigfoot. And I actually still have the picture, Sean. I will have to send that to you when we get off of this tonight, so you can see what
Okay.
it looks like. It looks like real evidence to me. I was like, "You caught that?" He's like, "This was at the house." I'm like that looks like Bigfoot prints. I'm like, "That's crazy. That's insane." You know?
Wow. Now, another big thing that we talk about too on my show are the little people, the fays, the fairies, fairy lights. Have you ever seen those when you were doing your setting up your corn mazes?
So it's funny that you say that. So my business partner, Matthew Garrett, which is no longer with me, he passed away in 2023. He was over the paranormal tours at Short Mountain Distillery when he was helping me operating it. One night he called me when he was in Knoxville, Tennessee, because that's where he lives at. That's where he did live at. He called me crying. And I was like, "What's wrong, man? You okay?" Well, he sent me a picture off of his infrared camera that he had. And it looked like a short leprechaun or something. It looked like a leprechaun with short legs. It had ears and had eyes and had a tail and a beak. And he just called me just all upset about in his bedroom. And he said off camera it had yellow eyes. In person, I was like, "Do you have your stones to protect you? Do you have like your crystals and stuff?" And he had all that, but he was so shooken up. He went to the garage and slept there the entire night. And I'm going to send you that picture too. I have the same picture I'm going to send to you when we get off of this.
Oh
And-
man, that would be freaking awesome, man. That'd be great.
Yeah, it was.
Um,
When I saw it, when he sent it to me, I was like, "Dude, like this is great evidence of what you just caught." Like I'd be scared too of whatever that was.
did you get chills when you saw the picture?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That is cool. So say like I'm a farmer, right? And I gotta say, "Hey Matt, come on down. Help me design a corn maze." Can you go through the steps on how you start and make from the beginning to the end before the maze opens up?
So I will tell you this: I'm not over this entire corn maze in Tennessee. Haunt Seekers, we help promote the corn maze. We built the website for them. We promote the social media pages, and I designed the banners and stuff that's going to be going out there in the next 2 weeks. However, I will tell you about the haunted attraction that I used to operate in San Antonio, Texas. That was 50% mine. When I was out there, I went in and I built it from the ground up, and I designed the website from the ground up. It takes a lot of work to pull off this type of show, especially when you have 80-something people under you that you have to take care of, and 9 times out of 10 they're underage kids, and you're always on the walkie-talkie. You're talking to them like, "What do you need? Do you need a water? Do you need this? Do you need?" You're constantly on the go, running back and forth in this attraction, making sure that everything is being ran well on a 300-acre farm is not a easy undertaking. It's a very hard task to uphold.
300. Whew. Dude, I'm sorry, that's a lot.
People ask me, "How do you do this?" I'm like, I just love doing what I do.
That's craziness, dude. I maybe back 20, 30 years ago, maybe I could do it, but that's just amazing. But what I like, okay, John says back to ghost. I have seen a ghost and been touched in the small of my back by one. Definitely believe in the paranormal, Bigfoot, UFOs, and Fae experience. You're awesome, John. Awesome. Glad to hear that. Thank you for sharing that. Um, have you ever been touched or pushed or kicked during all this? Kurt says 300 acres. Holy shit, that's crazy. Kudos, buddy.
So there was a few hunts where I have been touched. Actually, this past weekend when we did the tours out in the cave, we had about 4 people out there with us, and not to sound personal or anything, but whatever it was touched my butt. Like I said, I'm not sounding personal. Behind me, I was looking at the guy. I was like, "Did you touch me?" He was like 6 feet away. I was like, "Oh shit." We kind of just made a joke out of it. We just kind of laughed about it. I was like, "All right, guys, I see we have a perverted ghost on our hands tonight, guys."
Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty funny.
Well,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I know that you say that you. Oh, it's okay. You're from Tennessee. Now I'm a big Civil War buff. Okay, I really am. Have you done any? I don't want to say haunts, but have you ever investigated the paranormal around Confederate land, Confederate graves, or something like that? And if you did, what was the best thing you experienced?
It's funny you say that because you're hitting all the topics right in the right place. As they need to be hit. This is probably the best podcast I've ever been on. So me and my team went to a place in Frankfort, Kentucky called the Octagon Hall back in 2020. And this was a old Confederate.
Okay.
So when we went out there, the first thing that I really experienced on the property, when we walked into the building, I felt like I couldn't breathe. There was like 600 pounds of weight. That's what it felt like. It felt like there was a weight on my chest, and I couldn't breathe. It was so bad I had to leave the building. We did the investigation. We caught actual Confederate soldier on the camera because they had cameras installed in the building. We actually caught it, and I'll have to send that to you as well after this because there's no faking that.
Wow.
It had the eyes, it had the hat, it had the face, the nose. Mm-hmm. A few of my people was touched there. I had some breathing on my neck. You know, so much stuff was going on in that building. You could just feel that something was there. Probably the coolest investigation I've ever been on.
Right.
Honestly, it was very cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably
so. Have you ever? The only place. What's
Go
that?
ahead.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. No, down south, I'm a gold prospector. You know, that's my other hobby that I do. And we were in North Carolina, down around Asheville area. Okay. And this gold mining camp, it had a little bridge, like a little wooden bridge going over the creek, right? Honest to God, dude, I'm telling you what, there had to be a troll underneath that bridge. And I'm not shitting you. I'm being totally straight up with you because it stunk. Okay. It stunk. It stunk so bad. But the best place down south that, you know, that I actually investigated was the Octagon House. And that is in Wifeville, Virginia. Have you ever been there?
So me and my team are just now getting into the Virginia area. We actually do have a few haunts on the tour this weekend in Virginia. So we're going to start investigating all over that state to see what there is.
I'll tell you, go to Wifeville, the Octagon House. And it's very, 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 very haunted. Have you ever gone up north? I mean, like in Ohio, Bel Air, Ohio. There's a couple houses in Bel Air. There's a lot of places up here in Pittsburgh that are totally haunted.
See, I have
a few coming up.
So I do have a few members up in the north in Ohio and the Pennsylvania area. I'm actually from Pennsylvania right now. That's where the company's located.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we have been to a few investigations in Ohio. I think it was Mansfield, Ohio, I think. If I'm not mistaken, we've been to a lot, but went to an old cemetery that one of my team members recommended to me. We definitely caught some stuff there. Shadows. There's a few orbs around. Definitely some voices were caught on the the voice boxes that we had out there. And again, we have some evidence that I'm going to send to you after this. I got so much stuff I want you to see. So yeah, there's a lot.
Now, down in Ohio, I highly recommend this place for you. And at the beginning, when I first started investigating, it's in Trimway, Ohio. It's called Prospect Place. It's an old mansion that back in the early 1900s, it was used for the Underground Railroad. Okay. And it has a story behind it. And there's a ton of a lot of energies down there that are really, really heavy. Okay. I highly recommend that, the Prospect Place. So if you can Google it, check it out. And I mean, I know they do investigations or whatever. You can talk to them and maybe you can help them out. But I highly recommend it. And I highly recommend you go to Gettysburg too. Have you been there?
Well, Gettysburg is one of our favorite places we've been to. Me and my business partner, we've been there probably about 4 times. Every time we go there, there's always something new. We actually got a presidential hotel when we was out there for some of the investigations. And my phone was on the nightstand when I fell asleep that night, right? My phone, I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Probably can't see it because the thing's messed up. But my phone was on the nightstand face down. I kid you not. It flipped up by itself. And I saw it with my own eyes.
Oh, wow. I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah.
I've been to Gettysburg for like over 20 years. Every year I go once or twice a year. You know what I mean? I love it. Where's your favorite place to investigate there?
So my favorite place is the old graveyard. That's my favorite place.
Okay.
At nighttime, you get a lot of energy and a lot of different things in that area. I want to go investigate some of the houses out there when I have time, but I just don't never have time to go back out there. It's never on the schedule, you know.
Right. Now I like to me Sachs Covered Bridge. I like going there. There's a bridge up the road from there. It's called the Suicide Bridge.
Oh,
but actually, yeah, it was. Now, the real name of the bridge, and you can Google that, is called the Eisenhower Bridge. It's a small bridge. You know, you can go Google Eisenhower Bridge or Suicide Bridge, Gettysburg. Okay. Just so freaking creepy, man. I'll tell you what. Takes a long time for me to get creeped out, but there some of them places out there really they creep me out. You know what I mean? And you know what else, if I can recommend this to you too, is what I used to do like 1 o'clock in the morning when there's no cars out in the road and nobody's in town. I used to go in town and do investigate. You know what I mean? Because people have to remember the first day of the battle, you know, the war was actually fought in the town of Gettysburg, you know, and I picked up a lot of, you know, at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm out by myself.
And best time to do an investigation is that time, you know?
Yeah, sometimes, but when you get my age, you know, you kind of like leave it to the youngsters to go out there. You know, I'll just sit back and sleep in my car. But listen, my friend, we got about a couple minutes left. So again, how can people reach you?
So you can reach us on Facebook at Haunt Seekers Unlimited. Instagram is Haunt Seekers Unlimited. TikTok is Haunt Seekers Unlimited. And then our official website is www.hauntseekers.com.
Okay. And I will send that out to everybody after the show or tomorrow. I can't thank you enough for coming on tonight. I truly, truly appreciate it.
If
it's okay with you, if it's okay, I would like to have you on again, maybe at the beginning of next year. Okay.
Of course, I would love that. That'd be awesome.
Oh, that would be great too. So I want to thank you for being on the show, and talk to you soon. Please hang around for a while after the show, okay? I just want to talk a little bit more, okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
Kurt says, awesome show. Thank you, Sean and Matthew. I'm going to look into Haunt Seekers for short. And Kurt, gratitude to you, Heidi. Much love from Pittsburgh, buddy. So, children, if you can, please go to your parents, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. And parents, please go to your children, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. And if you have no parents and if you have no children, find somebody, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. Because those 3 words, I love you, go a long way. Well, on that note, don't forget, CL's coming on in about 10 minutes. Go pay her a visit. And remember, it's a pre-recorded or it's a repeat. But thank you, everybody. Thank you, Matthew, again for coming on. And I will definitely see you guys on Sunday, and we'll talk a little bit more about my health. Good night, everybody.